Hello viewers, this is Just Fake Network TV, a place where you can get the latest information about Nigeria news and now the news in details. School reopening, federal government considers morning, afternoon classes. The federal government says it is thinking of sectionalizing classes for primary, secondary and tertiary institutions in the country ahead of school reopening amid the coronavirus pandemic. The Minister of State for Education, Emeka, stated this on Wednesday during a briefing by the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 in Abuja. The minister, who faulted the reports that schools would reopen in the country on June 8, said the government could not afford to take any costly risk, especially as it regards the safety of people and students in the country. He said, until we are sure these children can go to school, return safely, and not bring up with them COVID-19 and infect people who are more susceptible than they are, then we are running a huge risk, and God forbid, in our hurry, something happens to our children. I am not sure how anybody will be able to retrieve what has been lost. Said the ministry is being guided by the advice of experts as well as those of the World Health Organization, noting that the decision to reopen schools in the country would be carefully arrived at because education is on the concurrent list of the Nigerian Constitution. He appealed to private owners of schools in the country to cooperate with the government in ensuring the safe reopening of schools in the country. We are going to publish specifications on what we expect COVID-19 or post-COVID-19 reopening to look like. We are not talking about coping with COVID-19, but in spite of COVID-19, we expect that we will adapt. For a country that has over 115,000 primary schools, you will understand that 35,000 of those who are private must agree to set up the same standard in order to allow children to go in. We may have classes in the morning and classes in the afternoon so that they will have the whole of the infrastructure divided, provided they can save us. I am not sure we will have classes at night, but we can do with morning and afternoon for now, he explained. Wow, that would be so tough. That would be so tough. The reason why I said it's going to be so tough is that Nigerian government, Nigerian educational system, they don't have enough equipment that they are supposed to have. You know, even before this COVID-19 started, we know the way Nigerian system runs their own education. You know, no infrastructures, not enough equipment, let me put it that way. When you go to other countries, you see the way they use laptops and all that to do online classes and all that. There is nothing like that. And at the same time, if they are saying that they want to be doing morning and afternoon classes, they should consider the fact that those children too, they have parents that are working. So how will they be able to manage the time together alongside with their children going to school in the afternoon? I think that would be a little bit hard. That would be a little bit hard as far as our Nigerian system is concerned. And at this time, I think this is not the best time for children to go back to school, because this is a very crucial time that everybody needs to be very careful. We all know that sending children back to school, all these children, they are innocent. Many of them, they don't know what is going on. Many of them, they can't even obey social distancing that we are talking about. So how will all these children be able to manage themselves in a large population in school? So Nigerian government need to sit down and think about that. They need to sit down because, they are talking as if they don't really care about it. Children they are very delicate, and they need to look into it very well. Because the thing is that these children, they were at home for over a month. Now, common palliatives, the federal government could not provide them. Now they are talking about open schools. They are planning to reopen school. After all, Nigerians have always been responsible for their lives. To me, I would advise that this is not the best time for children to come back to go back to school. This is a very critical time. People were just saying that these people are really confused totally. Morning and afternoon classes, clueless set of people. Morning and afternoon classes is okay, but please don't accept everything classes for security purposes. There are some, when you go to other countries, you see that most of the classes, they have online classes. It is not until you go to school that you attend classes. If Nigeria can actually implement that, that would be good, but I don't think Nigerian system can implement that. I think they should ensure adequate measures. They should make sure that adequate measures is in place to reduce the number of pupils in the class and to ensure social distances. But as far as all these young children are concerned, I don't think those young children can even obey social distances that we are talking about. Nigerians leaders should put those things into consideration. And some of these state government-owned schools, they need to be visited before reopening. They need to do a lot of restructuring. Some junior secondary schools in Lagos are still learning under the trees in the school's compound. You can imagine. You go to some schools, they don't have chairs to sit down. They don't have a lot of school equipment to work with. How would they be able to cope with all these situations that is going on ground? So the government should look into this and think about a way forward. Because why we still see some uncompleted classrooms that have been abandoned, a puppy is killing snakes on daily basis. How would they be able to do, what would they do with that? And not every parent can afford to send their children to private schools. Not all parents. It is very important for federal government to consider the safety of these children. It is very important. And I pray that God will assist everyone in every decisions they make concerning the school reopening, because it is a very crucial decision to make as a leader. Because we all know that our children are our tomorrow. They are our leaders of tomorrow. And we have to take them with we have to take them seriously. May God help us. May God help us. The government should sit down and think about how to be able to manage the whole present situation. People were saying that there is no need of getting the student to start morning and afternoon classes. All the government needs to do is to plan well and get students start normal classes. Private schools are looking for how to collect their monies. Exactly. When you go to all these Nigerian private schools, they are so expensive. Their whole major focus is just to collect their money. That is it. Then they are looking for how to collect their monies before June ending from parents if possible. And parents are also counting the remaining days to end third time. So how would they be able to do this? How would they be able? People were just suggesting that federal government should hold any private schools or institution responsible for this regarding any safety standard measures set for the safety of their students or pupils. This is the only condition that will help to maintain the situation. Otherwise, the risk would be much on the students and parents. Exactly, the risk would be much. But I pray that God will give them the strength to be able to manage the present situation. So guys, what do you think? What is your own take about this? Your comment is highly appreciated. Kindly drop your comment at the comment section below For those who subscribe, we want to say a very big thank you to you for subscribing. We say God bless you. If you're yet to do so, please kindly press the subscription button below. And also, please don't forget to press the notification button so that whenever we upload news, you will be the first person to watch our latest news. Thank you so much and always stay safe. Bye.